Okay, so we're back. This is actually physically the next day for me, not in terms of the game, but in terms of the fact that the sun has gone down in the real world and come back up again. And I've had a chance to review some of the videos, and I've seen even more errors that I didn't note while playing. So the good news is, every time I find one of those errors in these videos, I go back out and adjust the code, so they won't pop up in the next versions of the game. I'm not actually compiling the code as of yet, though, because in case when I'm working on fixing one of those errors, I'm actually causing a worse error, and then I end up crashing the game and not being able to continue. So when I'm finally done this Let's Play series, I'm going to go compile the code, and all those errors will hopefully be fixed. I'll discover as I continue playtesting in the future. I also noticed that I had said I intended to jump in that minecart, and then, true to form, completely forgot. Even though I crossed the mine tracks mere seconds before I even looked for the minecart to make sure it didn't hit me, mere seconds before I went down to this level, I forgot that fast my intention. I really have a problem with my memory. But here we are on a brand new level. Bunch of stuff to point out. We've seen these before, mushrooms. Every single one of these, oh, sampled. Sometimes they start out in a sampled condition, like a monster's already come by and eaten them, but these ones are not sampled. If I went over there, yes, I'd have a chance to eat the mushrooms, and I may or may not do that at some point. It depends on how dangerous it looks to me. I'm not going to do it right now at any rate. Beside us we have a pentagram, a small pentagram in this case. Pentagrams give you a chance of performing a ritual. You can only do it once, and the chance of succeeding is based on your intelligence and the size of the pentagrams. Large pentagrams are harder to succeed with than small pentagrams. The trade-off is that large pentagrams would give you all your spell points back if you succeeded in the ritual. A small pentagram gives you only a fraction of them. I'm probably going to raise that fraction. It seems kind of pitiful to me, but for the moment, in this particular case, you get back 1/3 of your maximum spell points. So if I succeeded here, I'd get back 39 spell points, almost enough to cast 2 flaming darts or 2 light healings. And the odds of my success are 60%, equal to my intelligence. The penalty for failure is that a monster appears, some sort of hellish monster, if you fail in your ritual. In this case, with these small pentagrams, for now a hellhound will appear if I fail. Later on, when I add lesser demons to the game, they don't exist yet, those are what will appear. What else we got here? This is a chasm. Basically a big crack in the floor that I gotta be careful about. You'll see that they come in different varieties, each square. This is a chasm, this is a gently sloping chasm. There are also treacherous chasms, I think, are the 3 varieties. Gently sloping are the easiest to get in and out of. Chasms are a little harder to get in and out of. Treacherous ones are really hard to get in and out of. It makes you do a dexterity check. Again, it's either your gently sloping chasms, you're looking at a straight-up dexterity check. In a chasm, you only get to check against you have a percent chance equal to half your dexterity. And in a treacherous chasm, it would be 1/3 your dexterity. And with the penalty of failure being essentially you fall back down and take damage, equal to 1.5 times the dungeon level. So I would take, or up to 1.5 times the dungeon level. So I would take 1 to 10 damage if I fall in here. And even if I'm inside it and trying to get out, every time I try to get out, there's a chance I fall back in and take damage. So you want to try to stay out of chasms for the most part. There's never anything good in chasms in the sense that, you know, they never find an object or gold inside a chasm. Sometimes monsters fall in, and then you can go in there to fight them if you want. Sometimes they try to cross to get at you. Sometimes they kill themselves in the process. But for the most part, if you don't have to cross a chasm, there's probably not a lot of reason to do it. Once you're inside a chasm, mind you, you can walk around safely. Like, walking from here to here will not have any risk of falling. You can just tour around. You can, if I'm in here, I can left-click here, and it'll run me through the chasm without exiting. It's only entering or exiting that poses a risk. While we're on the subject, there is a rogue skill called Tumbling. Tumbling adjusts the damage you take from falling. So when you fall in a pit trap, when you fall in a chasm, if you have the tumbling skill leveled up, you're going to take less damage. You can also find items that help you enter chasms. I think coils of rope help you do that. We've seen bridges before, but this is not a bridge, precisely. It's not just a bridge. It is a rope bridge. You can find them over water. You can find them over lava. I don't think bridges ever cross acid, because the acid eats away the bridge. But rope bridges are just a little more treacherous. There's a chance that they snap when you or a monster walks on them, and the chance is equal to, I think it said 1/2 the number of inventory slots you have filled. So I'm carrying 10 inventory slots worth. I have a 5% chance when I step on this that it breaks and dumps me into the chasm. Once it's broken, it's gone for good too, so you can't use it again. We're not going to cross that just yet, but we will probably eventually. Pool, we know what that does. Mist lizard, we fought those before. It's actually not much of a threat. Nonetheless, I'm not going to fight it immediately. I want to kind of explore my surroundings a bit. And if I bump into it, fine, I'll fight it, but I'm not going to not gonna seek out the trouble. I just heard, I don't know if you heard that little yelp. I just heard, that was a grubbling, I think. Grubbling? Should there be a grubbling on this level? No, maybe it was an imp. It was a small monster of some sort that I'm familiar with. I just can't think of what it is. And that yelping sound was it dying. So either it hit a pendulum blade or it fell, and probably it fell in the chasm, maybe my guess. Somewhere. There it is, an imp. The fact that it's out of the... Here, this thing's not going to last long. The fact that it's out of the chasm, what happened is it must have gotten into the chasm and then tried to get out in the process, tripped and died. At least I assume that's what happened. Given its proximity to the chasm. I'm surprised it's not in the chasm in that event, though. I hear a war dog somewhere. There's a lot of, here's a normal bridge. That one's never going to break. These ones are treacherous. A lot of, I'm going to have to cross something. Either I got to cross this thing, in which case I'm going to end up trapped over here with this pool, so there's no point in crossing that. Or I'm going to have to climb down into the chasm to try to climb out a bit later. Or I can walk this way and try and get past that pendulum blade. As you'll see, this is not a slow, dull pendulum blade. This is just a normal pendulum blade. Interesting, the animation speeds up when I point at it. Not quite sure why that is. So the odds of dodging it are less. They're equal to half my dexterity, 24%, and the damage if I fail is much worse, 6 to 30 damage. I do not really want to cross that. I think I'm safer trying to get in and out of the chasm, to be honest. So that's what I'm going to do. This is gently sloping. I'm going to come over here and try and climb down. I'll get in it automatically. It's just hard to get out again. And I may hurt myself in the descent. Yep, I fell in. I heard that dog yelp. There it is. It's dead. I see what the problem is, maybe. That bridge should be gone. If it died on the bridge, that bridge should have snapped. My guess... Look at that, too. My guess is there is a serious error in the code right here that I'll have to fix, in the sense that these animals or monsters are entering the rope bridges. The rope bridges are snapping and killing them, but they're not dying, and the bridges is not actually snapping. It's like they fell through a crack or something, which shouldn't happen. That should be a problem. I'm also unsure. I think it'll treat it normally. I'm also unsure what happens if I try to go from here, from in the chasm square into the rope bridge. It should treat it as if I'm trying to climb out. Maybe it just lets me walk underneath it. I don't know. Apparently I am on top of it, and I heard that noise, which implies I climbed out, so maybe I actually just climbed out normally. I'm going to have to check out Chasms, though. It seems like there's some errors with the code there. We've already seen it seems like 3 or 4 of the monsters are already dead before I had to deal with them, which is kind of shitty. Ah, another weapon merchant. Standing on an idol. Come here, buddy.
Get your weapons over here. Check out
Again, 6 weapons for sale. And you'll see the flavor text has changed. Ah, a new customer. Always a welcome sight down here. You seek a blade, a bow. I'll try to accommodate you. Stocks are somewhat limited down here, what with the depth and impending apocalypse. You'll notice, too, this is a minor thing, but oops, if I step back on him.
Get your weapons over here.
Yorick McGarren, my favorite customer, back for more. So it knows the fact that it's met me before. What do we have here? A boomerang of absorption. It's a missile weapon. Again, I didn't mention this when we found that throwing dagger, but you'll see there's a dexterity required as opposed to a strength required. We've talked about that before, though. It does 1 to 7 damage. As all missile weapons, it has a distance strike ability and no strength bonus. That's universal to all weapons that are missile weapons. The absorption factor, though, there's a 50% chance that I gain 5 spell points every time I hit the enemy. Now, that is damn good for a spellcaster, and I'm probably going to end up trying to buy that from him. This one looks like it's also good for a spellcaster, though. What is it? Thoughtful Kestros. A light missile weapon requires 50 dexterity to use. It does 1 to 9 damage, so a little more than the boomerang. Oh, it gains 10. You get an extra 10 experience per kill. I thought the word thoughtful might imply something to do with spell casting, but no, it's just you get an extra 10 experience every time you kill a monster. Again, it could be very useful. A club, standard club, minus 15 to hit, does 5 to 10 damage. A truncheon, minus 18 to hit, does 6 to 12 damage, so a little bit more heavy of a club, essentially. A feverish main gauche. We've seen this enchantment before on that feverish hatchet we're carrying. 7% chance it causes tsunami fever every time you hit. No modification to the hit, does 1 to 10 damage. And finally, an enfeebling truncheon. Similar to the feverish one, this one has a 7% chance of causing fragilitis when you hit. Again, fragilitis on me means that I take 1 to 10, or rather, pardon me, a feverish, darn it. Fragilitis on me means my strength gets halved if
Shipment of weapons just came in.
if I get it. If they get it, it halves their damage capacity, the top of their damage capacity. I'm not sure. I don't think I pressed F1, so I'm going to stop the game here. And if I did press F1, all the better. But I don't think I did, in which case I'll have to reload my game.
Give you a great deal on swords.
Okay, so good news on multiple fronts. The first is I had pressed record, so we're fine. The other good news is, I'm going to go back up here for a second. I checked out the code for the rope bridges, and that is not the problem. I'm pretty sure what's going on, incidentally, is that these monsters were in the chasm, they'd fallen in the chasm, and were trying to get out again, and these two coincidentally tried to get out by going on the rope bridge the same way I did, and fell and died. So I think they're roughly fine. The error in the code, the same thing that killed this imp, is that they should be falling back to the square. If they try and get out and fail, they should fall back to the square they came from. I'm pretty sure the imp tried the same thing here, or maybe from here probably, and it should have been put back in here, but the body wasn't. So in all three cases, I think the error is just that the body's ending up in the wrong spot. I don't have time to investigate it right now too deeply because I have an audition this afternoon, and I should really be looking at lines, and instead I'm doing this. So if I want to finish this quickly and get back to my lines and, you know, get actual valid employment as opposed to dicking around with this, I don't have time to investigate the code just now. I'll do that tonight. Narrow open spiked pit. We don't want to cross that. We could get there from this, but I don't think there's anything up there. At least I can't see anything. Can I? No. Worth looking at the object. What the hell? Unknown potion. We know what the idol does. We don't want to buy anything yet. We don't have any money. If we'd saved those gems we talked about, we'd have the money we need to buy the stuff. What's this? Unknown potion. The fact that it's still unknown, remember we upped our alchemy skill. Basic alchemy lets me identify really simple potions, curative, restorative potions, those kinds of things. The fact that they're not showing up as they're still unknown means they're actually a more powerful version of a potion, so it's the equivalent of a high power potion, I guess you'd say, but what it is, I don't know. There's a dead brigand. Fell back into the chasm or something. Interesting stuff. Or maybe it tried to enter the chasm and it fell and it died as soon as it entered is probably what happened. I don't know. Again, look how much it slows down here, right? Press L. Now it speeds back up. A lot of idols. A haste spellbook, a very useful spell. We talked about this spellbook actually, coincidentally. It doesn't matter what I drop here, I'm going to pick it back up in a second, but now that we have our memory up, we can grab the spellbook for haste, learn the spell, pick up the Feverish Hatchet, and let's look at our new spell. Haste is a low-powered spell, costs 30 spell points, requires 30 intelligence, and for 120 turns, I get really, really fast. Even the fastest monsters cannot keep up with me. It won't help you with like casting or passing a pendulum blade, for instance. It doesn't actually affect your dexterity per se. It just means, in relation to the other monsters, you speed up. What it technically actually means is that they slow down, if you want to know the authentic programming involved there. I don't want to cross this lava, but if I ever want to access a temple, I'm going to have to. There's a... Oh, no, I don't. Technically, I could go into the chasm and walk that way, but this is actually a pretty shitty level. Most of the monsters are dead. I'm not going to get much experience from that. Grab this gold. Another one fell in the chasm there. It's a lethal level for them. Maybe they're going in the chasm too easily. I haven't seen them in previous games. I've never seen them so ready to play the lemming game and just kind of leap into the pit. They'll do it sometimes, but only if they're really wanting to get at you. Do I hear something? Thought I heard a monster. Do I want that thing I talked about? I think I do. It'd be better for me than the Cleaver of Hewing, so I think I'm going to grab up these idol gems. That'll give me enough money. 140 gems, that's plenty. Bring them on over to that guy we saw. Here he is. Come on, buddy, stop. Yes, I do want to buy a weapon. That voice, by the way, is my friend Daryl Shaw. He voiced that character. I didn't free up my spot yet. If I did buy something from him and I didn't free up the spot first, I don't want to retrieve these. I do want to peruse his weapons. If I did buy something and I didn't have a slot for it, it would just drop it in my space. We want this boomerang of absorption. Thank you. Good weapon for me. I can use it, right? Dexterity 40. Yes, I can. Yes, we can. That is what I want to drop to, right? I think it is. We have 3 weapons. 3 weapons should be enough. Hopefully, if anything happens to one of our weapons, we still have backups. And we may yet find a few more light weapons. We're not that deep yet. I think I'm probably going to leave it. I don't want to mess with the lava. I don't want to mess with the chasm. I do want to find out what this object is. I might as well do that right now. A large health potion. I'm glad I did that. How close am I to leveling up? Oh, inches. Jesus. You know, I like this blink wand. It could really help us, but given my wand lore skill is just not at the top of its game, I think I'd rather have the large health potion. If I drink this, it'll give me back 48 to 60 health. That is a damn good thing to have. Unless it's a befouled potion, of course. I could cross this bridge, see what's up here. Why don't I? There's only a 5% chance that thing breaks on me. I'm fine. The reason I walked across that using the keyboard, by the way, was just to see if there was an error with the bridges. And it seemed to work fine. Meat locker, let's just find out what's in it. No harm to look in it. Uncooked rabbit, uncooked venison, uncooked pheasant. Pheasant, by the way, if you cook it up, depending on how... It makes you a food that when you eat that food, you get spell points back. Depending on how well you cook it, that determines how much spell points you get back. What's this? Unknown potion. Not going to mess with it just yet. We've already looked at that. I think just the idol over here is the last thing I really want to mess around with. Yes, I want to stuff in this idol. There, I got a nice crap load of money. This one did come to life as another stone golem. Again, I could theoretically throw a bunch of spells at it, but I really don't want to. You can see before it had a 100% chance to hit me. This one has an 89% chance to hit me. That's because I got more armor on now. But it's still not worth it. He's going to damage me really badly. Let's get away from him. If he touches that weapon merchant, he'll kill it. But he's not touching it, so... And we don't really care at this point, no offense. I know that's a pretty immoral stance to have, but I'm not going to buy anything else off him, so he serves no purpose in my life, so whether or not he lives or dies is kind of irrelevant to me. I do not see a staircase, which means I think we do have to cross this lava. It's going to be on the other side of this lava. That is crappy. There's no other way off this level that I can see. It could be over here. Alright, let's check and see. Cross this bridge, we're safe. Cross this bridge. It's not there. So it is pretty definitively, make sure before I make a stupid error, I'm not just overlooking it, am I? It is pretty definitively past that lava flow. I'm going to have to go that way. How much health did that damn stone golem have? 56, I am not messing with it. Alright. And the question is, do we try to cross it? I mean, if I try to cross it here, that's a lot of lava to try to swim across. And don't forget, the whole time I'm in it, my swimming skill comes into play, and it could be shunting me all around. I could get trapped out there and not able to reach the shore. A safer place to cross, theoretically, would be right here. But what happens if I try to cross here and it pushes me to here? I have no way to get out for the next turn, so I'm definitely going to get burned that turn. And if I don't make it to one of these squares, the next turn I'm going to get burned again, so that could be very dangerous. I could, like I said, go down in the chasm. I'm going to have to cross this bridge, and again, that requires climbing out of the chasm. I guess I could start on the bridge, actually. Maybe that's the best bet. Alright, here's what I'm going to do. Walk to here. I'm going to go through the smoke. You may see me choke. I'm going to go through slowly so you can see. Nope, we're fine. But you notice the entire area is now dark because I can't see out of it, remember? I got to cross this smoke. Again, I didn't choke. That's good. And from here, I'm going to jump down into this pit. 3 damage points. Alright, now that I'm in here, I can walk around safely. I might as well explore where it is. This is still just a wall. I just can't get out there. Gently sloping. I think this is where we want to be. Let's hope to God the staircase is down here, because if it's up here, well, then we're really going to have a rough time getting over there. That could end our game. But let's see. I climbed out. We can deposit our gems. I guess I'm going to have to if I want to keep exploring. This is going to get me up a level anyway. What am I going to raise? I might as well grab this. I'm not going to raise my strength. I'm going to raise my health when I go up a level. There we go. Okay. The usual. Health went up a bit. Health got restored. 10 more attribute points. 10 or 1 more skill point. I wish it was 10 more skill points. Health we want to raise. The reason I'm raising my health is now that I have 60 health, I can actually get advanced general skills. So I'm going to raise my traveling skill to advanced. And you'll notice I have 15 inventory slots, 5 more inventory slots. And please let that staircase be somewhere down here. Don't make me go across that lava up top. This sucks! This is dangerous and horrible. It's not down here. There's that damn golem. He probably won't risk crossing the lava. No, he's not gonna. He's just gonna wait for me over there. He's an automaton, so he's not smart enough to find a route around. He'll just come straight at me. That means, let me make triple check. I don't want to risk going all the way up there and finding out the staircase is not there. I am not seeing it over here. Correct? Nobody else sees it either, right? Speak up if you see it. I won't hear you, but speak up anyway. There's a slim chance that somewhere down in here, this opens up into another cave area with the stairs. That would be really horrible, because that would require that I go through all this lava, and I would never survive that. So if it's down there, my game is pretty much over. More likely it's up here. We can see that there's an area up here for sure. If I had that blink wand, I could start blowing off charges and hope that I pop up next to it, but the odds of that happening would be very slim. Even if my wand lower skill was perfect and I could be assured that it would work, that would be very slim odds. Well, there's nothing else for it as far as I can see. I'm going to have to try. The danger, of course, I'm facing, I'm going to have to enter the lava here. And my swimming skills suck, so I'm almost certainly going to get shunted to here or to here. And then it's just a matter of, I probably even pass my turn and hope that the lava just shoots me back to here or here. And if it passes me to here, I'm going to have to step out of the lava. Or if it passes me to here, I'm going to step out of the lava. If it passes me to here, I'll be able to get out. So I'm probably going to get burned all to hell. The good news is I do have several health potions that I can rely on. Let's go back to that gently sloping chasm. I mentioned earlier if I try to cross, like if I try to click here, it won't let me. But if I'm not going to do it, but if I click directly on the lava, it will let me. It knows you intend to go there. So I'm going to click directly on the gently sloping chasm, and it'll let me go in there. 1 damage. I can live with that. Not a big deal. Getting lucky with the damage there. You see this guy's... Oh, he came down after me. You saw him debate, I think. Maybe not. Maybe he was just being slow. He's an automaton. He wouldn't be smart enough to debate it. Alright, I've climbed out. I've gone back in. I shouldn't have. I should have gone through the smoke. Gently sloping. Let's climb out here. God damn. Alright, again, I don't think there's anything else to be done. I'm going to blow off my spell points, healing myself up first. Better to do it now than while I'm standing in the lava. Alright. One more. Alright. Smoke. I choked. That hurts. Alright, well, if we're really exceptionally lucky, we will end up staying in the square we go into. And we are exceptionally lucky. That was bizarrely lucky. Let's check our swimming skill here. Yeah, a 25% chance. I guess there's a 1 in 4 chance that would have worked out, and it did. And there is the stairs. That was a very fortuitous turn of events. Now, I do have those health potions, but I'm not going to use them, obviously, because I can cast this to heal myself out. Unless I want to save that for an envenom spell, but I don't. I'm going to use my light healing until I'm back to normal, and then if there's coincidentally enough left over for the envenom spell, I'll use it. I don't think it will be, though. No, I'm still going to use the healing spell. And do I have any spell points left? No. So we're going to head down to the next level. And as soon as we do that, I've got to quit making videos and go learn my lines. So I will see you perhaps this evening. Yes. And we're done. Talk to you later.